You tapping in for this Brandon Allen versus Chris Curtis card real quick. Happy Easter, by the way, for any of y'all to celebrate that, man. I'm going to go ahead and give y'all my picks, give y'all the parlay I've already put in. I give y'all my dog of the week, which I absolutely love this week. We'll talk about those fights that I like and those that I don't have much interest in. We'll do our best to just breeze through them. You understand what I'm saying to you? For anybody who wasn't fucking with me last week or any time prior or any time in the past, I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little history on the channel. You in the doghouse right now. I push parlays. You know, I'm not pushing single bets. I'm not here telling you to go catch Chepe on FanDuel Sportsbook at plus 124 and put a unit on it for a unit and some change. You understand what I'm saying to you? I'm more so doing things like what I did earlier today. You know, Ignacio Bahamondos at minus 360, Alex Morono at minus 340, Charlie Campbell at minus 230, Brandon Allen at minus 200, Alexander Hernandez at minus 190, and Chepe Mariscal, the dog, at plus 140. A unit on that, and the number's ridiculous. You understand what I'm saying to you? So if you have no interest in anything like that, this is not the channel for you. You understand what I'm saying to you? And you know, last night, it was a bad night. You understand what I'm saying to you? Like the Aaron versus Manon card was a bad card for me. You know, I lost 6.5 units on that card. And, it is what it is. That's how the ball bounces and the cookie crumbles sometimes, man. You can't do nothing about it. That's that with that. With that being said, I'm still up 19.6 units for the year. And when I say the year, I'm talking about from 2024 till now. You understand what I'm saying to you? We've officially had 11 events since then. We've had 3 numbered cards and 8 UFC fight nights. You understand what I'm saying to you? And within all of that, that's 131 fights. So for me, that's 101 fights in the win column. It's 27 fights in the lose column. And it's 3 fights in the draw column. But that has me picking correctly still at a 77% clip. You understand what I'm saying to you? So all in all, not doing too fucking bad. You feel me? Still picking correctly at a 77% clip, which I intend to, you know, raise. And still up 19.6 units. You know what I mean? That's not to say it's okay to lose 6.5 units or I could afford to lose 6.5 units because I absolutely cannot. It's absolutely not okay. You understand what I'm saying to you? But that's that with that. That's how that happened. You understand what I'm saying to you? Can't do nothing to get that back. I felt strongly about who I felt strongly about, and I have to deal with what happened to them. You understand what I'm saying to you? That's just how that goes, man. You know? So, moving along. You feel me? Let's go ahead and get into this card. You know what I mean? We got Allen versus Curtis, man. I'm going to start at the bottom, though. Not a lot going on for me. You got Nora versus Melissa. That's women's MMA, and I have no interest on either side. I haven't followed near one of their careers, nor do I have any interest in following either one of their careers as of yet. So, with all due respect, it's a pass, and I'm just going to watch it. Second fight of the night is Dylan versus Caesar. Both of these young men are making their UFC debut. I believe Dylan's got the youth by about 12 years. He's 24 to Caesar's 36. Haven't done a whole lot of homework on these two. They're both making their UFC debut. I said that before. So that's one reason I'm passing on the fight. Don't know much about either one of them. Another reason I'm passing on the fight, I can tell you this much though. When I did look into it, Caesar does have a kickboxing background. 3 of those fights that he has in his kickboxing were with Alex Pereira. And we know how dangerous and skilled Alex Pereira is in the striking department. You understand what I'm saying to you? Now, all 3 of those fights went to the cards. So he was able to survive not even survive because the first fight he lost via majority decision. The second fight, he won via unanimous decision. And the third fight, he lost via unanimous decision. But he still stood in there all 3 fights until it saw the judges. And that's more than we could say for Israel Adesanya. You understand what I'm saying to you? So that just goes to tell you that this man, Caesar, is very dangerous and very capable on his feet. Now, with that being said, I didn't dig enough into Dylan's background to see what type of wrestling or grappling or jiu-jitsu he may have to offer to negate Caesar's game plan on the feet. So it should be a good fight, man, and I'm looking forward to watching it. Moving on, Argueta versus I don't know how to say his name. I don't know how to say his name. I'm not going to butcher it. So, Argueta versus the Bull, who's making his UFC debut as well. So that's a pass for me. He is 14-0. I did go back and look at his record to see how he got that 14-0 on his way to the UFC. Because some of these jokers go against some very suspect competition, but not him. His competition was pretty decent on his way to that 14-0 and on his way into the UFC, so I look forward to that fight as well. Rodriguez versus Calvillo, women's MMA, and another one I got too many questions on anyway. If either one of these women get their game plan going, it could be a long night for the other one, so complete pass. Alia Hai Lee versus Hugo. It's another complete pass for me, you know what I'm saying? Too many question marks on both sides due to the fact that, in my personal opinion, they're both too inconsistent. You understand what I'm saying to you? You can't count on either one of them or rely on either one of them to do what they have to do to show up and get the win on a Saturday night. So it's a complete pass for me. Next one, women's MMA, complete pass for me. It's Norma versus Germaine, and I can say this, that Germaine is not to be slept on. She is a gat inside that cage, and only the best of the best have been able to walk away victorious when they fight her. I would gather that Norma's probably going to want to implement some wrestling. Amanda Nunes didn't want to stay on the feet with Germaine. Like, Germaine is vicious, man. She's not to be slept on. But again, it's good to sit back and watch and see how she performs in 2024, man. Pass. Now, my action starts on the Court McGee versus Alex Morono fight. Going with Alex Morono on the money line. That's my guy, man. I like Court. I respect the side of Court. He been in the game, the UFC anyway, 6 years longer than Morono, I believe. He came in like 2010. Morono came in 2016. And he got a respectable journey and a respectable story. You know what I mean? If anybody was around back then, I'm 42. I've been around since the beginning. You understand what I'm saying to you? In Court, he got a story similar. He got a story similar to Jared Gordon or Joe Pyfer. He battles his demons, his addiction. He had his rough roads and that he traveled, and he was able to smooth them out and pave his way to where he is in life now. You understand what I'm saying to you? And he's a respectable dude, man, and respectable opposition. But with that being said, I see Alex Morono getting him wrapped up. You know what I mean? Getting him out of there, and if not, winning on the cards, because Court, he can tend to be surprisingly durable at times. You know what I mean? Moving on, but the pick is Alex. Moving on, Trevor versus Charlie. The pick's Charlie. Not a fan of Trevor. I was happy to catch him fighting Chepe and to catch Chepe at plus money when they fought, you know what I mean? And Chepe did what he did to him and got the dub and cashed on that ticket for me. I think he might have been like plus 190 on that card. But yeah, I like Charlie to get it done, and I like him to get it done inside the distance. I know Trevor tough, man, but I think Charlie gonna get him out of there, man. Walter versus Lucas. Heavyweight fight, no bet for me. Complete pass, sit back and watch. Plus, Walter's making his UFC debut anyway, so really not interested in the fight. Really hold no interest on either side with either one of these gentlemen, but I'm going to watch the fight. Ignacio versus Christos, man. I'm rocking with Ignacios. I think Ignacios gets it done in the second round, if not late in the first. I know some people might think that Christos imposes some kind of threat, a puncher's chance, or pressure, something within the first 5 to 7 minutes, but I don't believe Ignacio allows him to get anything off. I believe he tees off on this young man until he gets him up out of there. Morgan versus Chepe. Chepe's my dog this week. I would have liked Chepe if he wasn't the dog. Either way, which way you look at it, like, I'm rocking with Chepe in this fight, man. No disrespect to Morgan. Not to say I don't respect his handle and I don't respect his resume, but I respect Chepe's handle and Chepe's resume more so. You know, he got wins over Pat Sabatini outside the UFC. He got wins over Youssef Salal, who I was never a fan of, you know what I mean? And I wouldn't even spoke of. You understand what I'm saying to you? But some people are kind of high on him now. seems he rejuvenated his career and put it together, you know what I mean, to get back into the UFC after his first run in the UFC. Seems like his second run is rejuvenated. We're going to see. You know, he ran through his first test in Billy Q. You know, we going to see, you know what I mean? But it's Chepe for me, you know what I mean? And it's Chepe all day. He got dubs over them. He got dubs over plenty of other respectable cats, you know what I mean? And I just think it's him everywhere in this fight. I've caught him at plus money twice so far. I think like plus 210 and plus 190, and now he's at plus 140 and plus 124 in some other places. You understand what I'm saying to you? So, Chepe, man. Alexander Hernandez versus Damon Jackson. I got Alexander Hernandez clipping this man somewhere in the late in the first or early in the second, so I think he gets him up out of there. You understand what I'm saying to you? I respect Damon Jackson, but and he can be dangerous at times, but I think Alexander Hernandez is going to put it on him until he puts him down. Allen versus Curtis. I'm a firm believer that Allen has learned from his first fight with Curtis. Curtis is powerful. In my personal opinion, his takedown defense is great. You know, it was immaculate outside of the UFC. It's been immaculate inside of the UFC. And I'm not saying Allen's going to get him down, but he's going to get him up against the cage and hop up on that back and backpack that man into submission like he's getting him up out of there on Saturday night. So, you know, I don't have much interest in the lower end of the night, but my picks are Allen, Hernandez, Ignacio, Charlie, Alex, and Chepe. You know, you can run with it or run from it. You understand what I'm saying to you? But that's how I'm doing it. I couldn't dig out any more dogs for you this week. I've been on Chepe since, you know, this fight been announced and that, you know, money line jumped up, you know, and it was all day for me no matter what it was. But to see him as the dog just made it that much more enjoyable, to be honest with you, because I see him going out there and dominating this fight, man. That's just my personal opinion, and maybe I eat these words next week. You understand what I'm saying to you? But I'm confident in him, and I kept y'all ear long enough, but I will tap back in later on, and you know, throughout the week on some of these individual fights, you know, so you can understand why I'm so high on the side that I am on, especially on the Chepe fight. I'll tap in individually on that one. But other than that, man, if y'all celebrate, you understand what I'm saying to you? I hope y'all had a happy Easter, man. Peace and blessings to all your family ones and loved ones and all that good shit. You understand what I'm saying to you? But yeah, as far as the Allen and the Curtis card goes, for straight up picks off the top, how I feel about that whole situation, that's it. I appreciate y'all for tapping in, man.